Welcome to Northwest Profiles, a look at people, places, and events of interest in the inland Northwest.
Music and the traditional Native American flute seem to go hand in hand. But if not for artists like Charlie Rising Sun, many traditions could and would be lost.
I grew up in southeastern Montana on the Northern Cheyenne Indian Reservation. It's 25 miles east of Custer Battlefield, a town called Busby. When I first started playing the flute, I picked it up one day and just started goofing off with it. My first time was squeaking and squawking, and a friend of mine was sitting there. He says, "Oh, that sounds pretty good. Why don't you keep trying it, you know?" Then the next day I started goofing off, just started going up and down the scale and just getting my fingers familiarized with the holds and stuff. And I had another flute player come up. I didn't know he was a flute player by the name of Herman Edwards, and he'd stand there and play the flute, and I'd watch him a little bit. And he's the one that told me, don't, play from your heart. Don't try to copy anybody else. He said, play for an hour a day for a year, no matter how you feel. So I did that, and that year was up. On the exact day of that year, I recorded my first tape.
Much of the music Charlie plays is his own, and it comes from deep within himself.
With flute music, a lot of times what I'll do is I memorize a lot of the songs. Sometimes I'll get up on stage or somewhere and I'll just start playing whatever I feel. To me, flute music comes from the heart. It's on how you feel. I try to keep to the Cheyenne tradition, to my tribe. Right now there's a big controversy over the flutes, which is traditional and what is not traditional. To me, a traditional flute is all hand done, not done by machine, but yet not scaled to the European silver flute, where it has an anatomic scale. And a lot of the flute players now have flutes that are scaled to the European silver flute, where they can play with symphonies and play regular music on. And there's two chambers to a flute. They're split in half, right down the middle, and you carve the inside out. And you got a dam right in the middle here. And you got this hole here, the front hole, is at an angle, where when you blow through it, it'll split the air. There's where you get your sound from. And you get music from down here.
Charlie's gift for playing his music is but one of his accomplishments. He has also produced his own flutes, along with other art pieces that pertain to his culture.
Actually, I taught myself how to make stuff by watching other people make it, and then I'll go home and try it and give it a try, and finding out that I do have a talent of making stuff. I want it to be my stuff. I don't want to copy anybody else. I see a lot of these people out there copying each other and saying, well, I made it, it's mine. I don't want to be that kind of a artist. I want to create my own stuff and get it out there, where it's kind of unusual, but yet it's the same. The Buffalo was a grocery store, was like a big old department store to the Indians. They got their medicine from there, they got their paints, they got their tools, they got their eating utensils, they got their food.
Education and sharing is equally important to a man like Charlie, with volunteerism being one of his hallmarks. Whether it's speaking to school children or playing for a benefit to raise money for an important cause, you can bet Charlie will give of his time and talents. But his one love of playing the flute is his passion.
It gives me a lot of pleasure to see people smile when I play. It makes me feel good to share what I'm doing for other people.
If you have a topic for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington, 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.